Hey y'all. Okay. So yesterday was a little exciting. I don't really, I usually try to kind of hide that side of myself, and I need to show it a little bit more because I do go through stuff. I know it seems like nothing bothers me sometimes, and I think that's really, it's one of the biggest things that about, autistic adults, especially women. We look cold. We look harsh. We look like I've been accused of being robotic and everything because it seems like nothing gets through. And it's the exact opposite. Everything gets through. And so thank you to the people who reached out. So no, I'm not in physical danger right now. So the door lock and the window, it's actually a psychological tool, okay? Because the door lock itself is like any other door lock. It's kind of flimsy. It's not really going to protect you from somebody who really truly wants to get in. What it does do, though, is it gives you, it's the action of, okay, I am locking this door. The crazy is out there. I'm in here. I am safe. I am no longer going to engage with what is out there. So it's not to say that you're better than this, that whatever's going on out there. It's that this is not your war, and you're not going to attend. You're not going to join. You're not going to collaborate. You're not going to entangle yourself in the war that's going on outside of that door. On the spiritual side, if you were to ask somebody who's like, some new ager or a pagan possibly, they're going to tell you there's a metaphysical thing that happens with locking doors and windows. You're locking out, you're setting boundaries of this is not allowed in this space. My space is protected. So whether or not you look at it from a psychological standpoint or a spiritual standpoint, the door locking is basically my mechanical fix for my own psychology, because part of this is me. I have so much going on right now. I've got stuff with work that's going crazy. I've got stuff at home that's going on. I have surgery in less than 2 weeks now, and somebody's going to stick a freaking knife in my eyeball, man. Yeah, somebody's going to stick a knife in my eyeball, and I live with people who cannot be bothered to ask me how my day was. My followers and my fans check up with me all the time, to me, they're more family to me than anybody. But the people that I live with, they're comfortable collecting a check and not giving any kind of consideration. I have been kept up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then the next morning told be quiet because everybody's sleeping. I have been told that, that any kind of noise or any kind of anything that comes from my area is not acceptable. That there's always something. Burning sage. I burn sage once in a while, and the total time that I have been at the house, I think it's been about 2.5 years, maybe 4 or 5 times. Please don't, crucify me, my pagan women. I know I'm faulty. I should be saging like once a week, once a month, something like that. But it's been 4 times. There's a complaint every single time. Yet they cook meat every single week, 2 and 3 times a week. I have repeatedly asked for the fan, just the fan, turn on the fan. I'm not asking you to become a vegan. I'm not asking you to, adopt my lifestyle, but consider me and say, hey, let's turn on the fan because Venus is gonna be puking on the floor in about 2 seconds, with all the cooking meat going on down here. Every weekend, but just about in the summertime, we're barbecuing. You have people around you who love you so freaking much. Yes, they're irritating. They are the most irritating people you will ever come across, but they love you. And they are here for you, whether you see it or you don't see it. They respect you more than anybody else, but they are the last ones to get any kind of attention, consideration, respect, acknowledgement. You've got a whole lot of stuff going on, you know. I hope, you know, that like you'll see people out there. I'm just doing me, and there's a way to do you. Like, I have my times where I need extra loud music and stuff. Like, you know, I've got like super crazy going on the inside, and I just need to drown out that crazy voice for a second. So I go and I get into my truck, I roll up the windows, and I blast my music. You know, granted, this is not very often that happens because my ears just can't handle super loud, not for long periods of time. When I have situations where I am not being considered at all whatsoever, you know, it's really hard for me to be respectful of, you know, well, you put me on blast on social media. Goddamn right I did. You're goddamn right I did. Because I talked to you at least a dozen times. At least in the last just month or two, at least a dozen times I've talked to you nicely, quietly. Please, that bothers me. Could you please not do that? You know, or hey, could we do this instead? Because this is, it's interfering in my ability to peacefully, coexist here. Could we just not do all the extra stuff? Oh, you're just complaining, you know? We've got to get over this point of just complaining until you have actually heard somebody. Because I'll tell you what, I'm getting all kinds of reaction now that we've talked about the police getting called. We've talked about the court system being involved. We have talked about just putting people on blast on social media. Now I've got attention because your character is being assassinated as far as you're concerned. Okay, that is somebody who doesn't actually care about people, cares what people think of them. So now that people are watching, now that people are hearing, now that people are commenting on the video and, saying all kinds of stuff to me, now that you see that I have support, now I'm being heard. And it shouldn't have to go to that point. It shouldn't ever, when you are living with somebody, you shouldn't have to get so upset that you have to, you shouldn't have to get so upset that you go to social media. You should be able to talk to this person and have, hey, okay, we've got bugs in the house. Dude, everybody get bugs once in a while. Everybody. Okay, we've got bugs in the house. What do we do? And let's make a plan to go and fix these bugs, because everybody's going to get bugs once in a while. Everybody has, whenever you live with people, you're going to have issues with somebody's not taking out the trash, somebody's not cleaning the bathroom, and long and the short of it, if we ever took this stuff to a, legit, if we ever took this to a courtroom, a judge would laugh at all of us. Seriously. They'd laugh at all of us. You're being made miserable because of what now? We've got drug dealers on the east side. We got guns, unregistered guns being popped off in the south side of Stockton, and you over here in Weston Ranch in basically heaven, and y'all miserable in heaven, because we really do have a blessed existence in this house. The peace has been upset by moving 2 young people in. And these young people are typical young people, they're figuring life out, you know? And they're also typical young people and think they know everything. And they don't. So, any more than I know everything. But, yeah, I am safe. I am secure. I am out here with the trees. And I've been doing this a couple of times a week, just coming out here and sitting. And the truth is that everybody's bringing stuff back into the house from their lives. We have to be respectful of one another and the fact that we all have chaos going on in our lives, whether big or small, you know, normal or crazy. You know, we've all got chaos going on in our lives, and we bring it back into that house. And we need to start talking about it. What kind of crazy is going on in your life? What kind of insanity are you dealing with? We need to start getting comfortable with just the expression. You know, there's a lot of people that are just uncomfortable with the level of there's a lot of people that are uncomfortable with the level of controls that our government is currently exhibiting. It's because of a severe lack of self-control. Because you have situations like mine, which are, let's face it, really, really minimal. This is kind of minimal compared to what I've experienced before myself, you know. But you've got a whole bunch of people that are experiencing a level of impotence and a level of powerlessness, as though they don't have any power. So what they're doing is their expressions are an example of their powerlessness. We are probably some of the most powerful people, you know, even though appearances would have us believe otherwise. We are some of the most powerful people on the planet, you know, and these are the people who are on Social Security. You need to look, and you really, really need to look and see who it is that they're controlling the most. That's children, the mentally and developmentally disabled people, veterans. These are literally the most powerful people in the world. They have more rights. Legally, they have more rights. And if you want to get into spiritual terms, they have a way louder voice than most people do too. But the people that we respect are people with the title CEO behind their name. We respect people with numbers of zeros behind their names. How much money you have, what does your title say, how much influence, prestige, power do you visibly exhibit? The powerless ones are actually the most powerful. And it's time that we started recognizing that. And it's time that we started realizing that respect goes beyond a title. It goes beyond a badge. It goes beyond influence. It goes beyond prestige. It goes beyond the visible and leads into the invisible. We keep on looking at just ourselves instead of looking at the grand scheme of this game that we're playing. The grand scheme of the game is you make the people look powerless. Those are the most powerful. So I know how powerful I am. I don't need to wield it like a sword. I don't need to render somebody else powerless in order for me to feel powerful. I'm asking to be heard. I'm asking to be considered. I'm asking to be acknowledged and, you know, respected. That's it, you know? And I don't think that those are extravagant requests at all. I think those are, honestly, they're inalienable rights. You wouldn't like it if this was done to you. So don't do it to me. Don't do it to somebody who is, at least perceivably, is not capable of defending themselves. I think this is the last time I'm going to be talking about like the house issues and everything, because I'm just, I'm definitely ready for a new chapter. I'm ready to move forward, and you know, I have this surgery. I'm making some changes as far as like projects that I'm working on. So you can look forward to seeing something new about that. I'm not sure how invested I'm going to be in old projects because so much stuff has changed over the last couple of months. I feel like my role in those projects has diminished or is on its way out the door. So it's another thing of possibly moving forward and moving on. But I'll be moving to Texas. I'm not sure if I'm going to go live. I'm going to think about it. In between now, because it's really hard when you're traveling like that to try and go live. Well, first of all, it's illegal. I see all these people be going live from their cars and stuff, and it's like, dude, you're gonna cause a car accident. But so we'll see if I can arrange something, maybe just go live for like 15 or 20 minutes or something, at truck stops and stuff while I'm waiting for food or something. But I woke up this morning and it started off as a really good day. And I just really want to grab onto that flow of just, we're already seeing changes. We're already moving forward in the proper direction. People are going to talk about you. Let them talk about you. Because, I mean, seriously, do you care what they think about you? These people are going to judge you. Let them. Do you really care? Do you really care what these people think about you? You know? Everybody has their own little, you know, price to pay for the life that they live, or the life that they have. And I look at this is my labor of love, you know, and I've got a few more weeks, you know, before I head back out to Texas. I'm actually really excited about it. I'm excited about I'm excited about the move. I'm excited overall that, you know, to be taking steps forward instead of looking backwards all the time, looking over my shoulder and wondering what woulda, coulda, shoulda, you know? Yeah. So I will, probably do another video sometime this week. I'm going to try to start doing videos while I'm at the park. It seems like a cool location. It's a little loud here though. So, but I will see you next time.